Hello, in today's video, I just wanted to have a little fun. Let's play around and create a new app. Um, this is ChatGPT. Um, this is a blank canvas. It's your first screen of your app. So when you're creating a new app, you just create from the screen type selector, then click blank canvas, and you just get a blank screen. But blank screens are plain, right? Which is why I was in ChatGPT. I was thinking, well, let's get a background image pulled in from ChatGPT. So, what's this app going to be about? Let's say we work at a hotel and we're checking guests in. And where do we have a lot of hotels? How about Las Vegas? Can you create me an image of Las Vegas, please? Let's see what we come up with. Ooh, that looks. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What? Not sure why there's additional um, items here, but we're just gonna roll with this picture. So all I'm gonna do, I'm not even gonna save this. I'm gonna screen capture this image. And again, I realize there's only one of these in Vegas, but for these, for this demo, we are going to use that image. Let's say, okay. Now upload my background image. And here we go. Now we have our lit up view of Las Vegas. So what we can do now is, I wonder what that's, um, we need to call data into the app, right? So how do we do that? We know we need a button, or you can do it on the on start property of the app. So when the app starts, it will automatically trigger a process. That way you don't have to click a button. But for this example, let's input a button. Um, Actually, we could get creative here. Um, no, let's not get too creative. Let's just what I was thinking is that you can insert something like a rectangle. So you could put this rectangle over, let's say, this circle here. And I know this looks amazing, but so it's in front of the circle, and if we do an on select property, because the not only buttons allow you to click them, but also images, icons, shapes, they all have a on select property, which is great because we need to collect some information. And how do we collect? You guessed it, with a collect statement. But we're going to do, you always typically want to do a clear collect, because that clears, it starts you with the blank slate. It's like you're about to paste information into an Excel spreadsheet, but there's already information in there, so this clears that information out first and then pastes your new information in there. Clear collect, we'll do col. We always start collections with col, C-O-L, and variables with var, V-A-R. Just it's a coding thing, so we know the difference between the two. Because you could have an app that has hundreds of collections, hundreds of variables. So clear collect col customer data. So now we need some data, right? So we need a customer name. All right, we'll just put name. And for now, we'll leave that blank. We're gonna have ChatGPT do the heavy lifting for us here. Name, arrival date, and again, I'm putting the double quotes because that's telling. Sorry, I'm not explaining this as I'm going. So first of all, you have to name your collection. After you clear collect, you have to name your collection. The comma then tells you, okay, what's going to be in the collection. This is the manual way to make a collection. You start with a curly bracket and you'll have to end with a curly bracket. But the column name goes first and then you put a colon. And because I don't want any information, I'm just putting double quotes. That's marking it as like a text field, but with nothing in it. So if I was to put a space, that would now be a text field with a space in it. So, okay, we got name, arrival date, and we could do arrival time. How about that? So we don't want too much data in here. Okay, so now I want ChatGPT. First of all, ChatGPT, thank you for the picture. Thanks for that great, super accurate picture. You always want to be polite. It, I know it sounds strange, but there, some people say that if you are nicer and you ask ChatGPT questions in different manners, you'll get better responses. Do I believe that? I don't know, but you never know. Um, okay, so what did we need? We need to paste our clear collect in, and now we have to ask ChatGPT, hey, fill in all this data for us, would you? In the above, I have a Power Apps collection that has 3 columns that are currently blank. I need you to input information into the blank columns for a total of, let's say, 100 rows. Let's see what it says. Oh, I forgot to tell it here. Let me type in this prompt because I don't like this. Um, I don't want to do it like that. So in the above, I have power ups left on 3 columns. I need you to input random information into the blank. Random information to the blank columns. Well, we'll see. We'll see if now it actually. Oh no, it's giving me the same thing. No, I would like you to manually type out all 100 rows while inputting the data into the blank rows. So this is exactly what we want, but right off the bat here, I don't like that customer is a number. Customer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You took the easy way out. So I'm going to let this finish, and then I'm going to ask it to redo it, but rename the customer name to an actual name. So we have the name is populating for us, the arrival date, and the check-in time, or arrival time, sorry, arrival date, arrival time, which would normally be the check-in time. Wow, ChatGPT, you can type out things much faster than this. And the fact that we'll have to do it one more time. But this will get us our initial data set we can start playing around with in the Power App itself. Yes, continue generating because I'm going to have to ask it to regenerate. Here, let me, I should have paused the video and not made you watch all of this. But we're so close to the end now, there's no point, right? Okay, so the above is perfect, not perfect. Thank you. Could you now do it all over again? Could you please re-type it out, but with actual random first and last names of the name field? There we go. That's what we want. Some actual people. Okay, and so you don't have to watch this. Let me pause the video. I made you watch the other one. And when we're done, we will pull it into the app. Okay, we're back with our list of 100 random generated. Now we have first and last names for everybody here. So we're going to take this back over to the app where we had this. And now we have a larger collection. So once I was to click this square, it's going to give us that information. But obviously, this does not look good. So we can make this transparent. But you can see it's still overlaid on to here. So we only we would be able to see that. Let's add a drop down menu. So we're gonna have to do a little more to get the, all right, no, actually we don't. So input, then we do drop down. I know I passed it. Okay. Let's do a drop down menu. So this will be like, okay, customer checking in. So we're gonna search for the customer's name checking in, right? But right now it's just got the drop down sample 1, 2, 3. You click play 1, 2, 3, and you see how you can't see the square, but the square is there. If I was to click this circle, it's gonna call in that data, which is what we want. We want it to be maybe hidden from somebody else, but we know it's there and we can recall in the data anytime. Um, just trying to show some different things you can do within these apps. Um, so now we need to essentially collect this data. Oh, I hate doing that. If you ever click out of that, it's the properties tab. So I mean to click out because I think I'm in here, so I mean to click this one, but I end up clicking this one because I don't realize I'm already in the editor. Anyways, we need to get the information from here into here. So first of all, we're going to call in the information. So all I have to do is click this circle now, and it's clicking that box behind the scenes, which has now collected all of our customer data. So we have a collection called Cole Customer Data that holds all of this information that, would normally be pulled from your server, your website. They make bookings through the website, but you can pull them in from there directly. So what do we want as the drop-down sample? So we got, what was this collection? Cole Customer Data. I could easily type this. So we want Cole customer data. Um, but see how it just gives you whatever field first. So we have to do Cole customer data. Oh, and we are going to do Cole customer data dot. I wonder, will that work? Yes, it does work. Name John Smith. And how about we do these? Let's sort and sort the name by ascending, which is what normally you would do unless you want to start with Z's and go backwards. Okay, so we've got that. Looks like Abigail Nelson is our first one, but now we have all of our names that ChatGPT provided us, our 100 names. So we have, oh, so and so, let's see. Oh, Charlotte Foster's here. Okay, Charlotte Foster, you're checking in. Okay, so now let's add another button. Let's just say Charlotte Foster's checking in. Insert. Let's insert another button under Charlotte Foster. And let's call this check-in. So we could take on select. So on select, we want to essentially check her in, remove her from the list. Basically, let's just remove her from the list. So we're checking her in and let's remove her from the list. So this requires a remove. I mean, they really get creative with these. Remove if, um, yes, coal customer data, because we're removing coal customer data. And remember, this is only showing information directly from coal customer data. So if we remove it from coal customer data, it will automatically remove it from the dropdown. So check in, remove, and then we have to give it a condition. So you say if the name equals, what's that? Drop down one, and of course it's not just gonna like drop down one dot selected text. And sometimes it doesn't even like that. Selected text dot, what do we got? Name. Okay, so now we close that out. So we should be removing Charlotte Foster from our list. So, oh, Charlotte Foster's here. Oh, let's check Charlotte Foster in. Boop. Oh, yep, Charlotte Foster's. Oh, Abigail Nelson. Let's see. Alexander. Oh, and you see how, so we got Alexander Baker. Check in. Boom. No more Alexander Baker. Alexander Sanders. Boom. No more Alexander Sanders. So you're checking them in one by one, and at any time you could recall that data in. So all those names would come right back. But anyways, you can hide things in certain places where nobody else would know to click, and or you just simply don't provide them access. So there's a lot of cool things you can do. So with this, we could add even more. We could, let's just keep going here for a second. So check in. I want to know who's checked in. We're removing it from one list, right? So how are we going to track who we're checking in? So let's add a gallery so we can, and I always use that. Most of the time, I use just that basic vertical gallery, and we'll make it white for now, just for now. Okay, and make all of our fields blank. So check in. So we're removing the name, but before we remove it, we want to collect some information, right? Now we need a collection to populate this. So again, clear collect coal checked in, CHECK checked in, coal checked in. That would be essentially let's coal checked in. We'll do name is drop down one dot selected text, and I don't think it wants anything more there. I think when you're collecting it, oh, it wants the squiggly though. It wants our squiggly bracket. Alrighty, so now we have our name checked in. Um, we could do a checked in date. Might as well, right? We'll just do date. Date, and we can actually, this is where it gets fun. We can do a lookup. I can spell today. We can do a lookup of Cole customer data, and basically if drop down one selected text equals name, then give us arrival date. And then we close out our lookup. Oh, it doesn't write like this, selected text. A record and a text. So this is what I was talking about. Doesn't like that. So we give it the name and it likes that. All right, so we're going to collect Cole checked in. So we have to make our gallery down here Cole checked in, right? So, and again, these galleries, you see how I just clicked in? This is one row, as I would call it. Um, some people would need it that big. I would never need that large. But we're going to insert an item. We're going to insert. So I'm clicking the overall gallery, but when you insert an item, you want to click into the actual first row. You can't click in any other rows because it's a gallery. The first row, the properties that you put in, they repeat over and over and over. So you have to make your changes all on the first row. So we are going to put a text input and call this guest name. Guest name. And you can actually just, so you don't have to make multiple text fields. You can do the whole ampersand, guest name, and this item dot name is what we want. This item dot name. Wow. That, this item dot name dot, no. Okay, guest name. Let's clear collect one first so we have some information to work with. So Abigail Nelson, you're gonna go first. Okay, so now we have Abigail Nelson and this item name, which it doesn't like this. Just doesn't like the field name. I think let's do value. Well, that's highly annoying. Expecting one of the following: text, number, date. Yeah, it is a text. Hello. Okay, so I lied. We're gonna do it this way. Guest name, copy and paste that, and right next to guest name, we will put this item dot name. Wow. I'm in the right. Cole checked in. Cole checked in. What am I doing? I'm selected text dot. Let me try this one. Selected text dot value. Okay, we got to try another one. So Alexander Allen. So guest name. Item dot name. It's not supported. It's not supported. We got so far. Drop down one, select the text value. Value equals name, arrival date, guest name. This item dot. I mean, so you're gonna tell me that it just doesn't like the name for some reason? Let's name of guest. Oh, this is where I went wrong. Okay. Okay. So did you see that? When I was selecting, I just had it selected text, but I didn't have the name here. So now we should just be able to put this item name, guest name. Okay, so let's check in Alexander Baker. Perfect. And I'm not sure why these have a border around them. Border of 2. I don't want any border. Since when did they start coming with borders? And then, so Alexander Baker, guest name, check-in time, our check-in date, check-in date. Let's make this gallery a little bigger so we can fit our date. Just copy and paste that again. Or actually, you know what? I'm going to get rid of these excess ones and we're just going to do it here like I had originally tried to show you, and this item dot name. So and you can put your spaces, so we can double space if we want. Okay, Alexander Baker, checking dates, move this over a bit, and then the date would come after the ampersand. Ampersand, this item, oh, you had it. This item date. And have our Power App, people checking in. We can call in new data. We can, let's make a little button. We can clear the data. So we can clear collect the new collection here, but so far we can't clear this collection coal checked in. So what I like to do is insert, if we go down to icons, insert just a little X. You can do a cancel bad or just an X, something that allows people to clear out their information. Wouldn't want that so big. And make that visible. All right, this actually needs a couple spaces. Alrighty. So now we can clear that out. Oh, I added the button, but I didn't add any. It's super easy. Clear, oh, clear, and then you type your collection. Coal checked in, and that's it. That'll clear out the entire collection. So, um, as we go along, checking people in. Oh, you see that? You see how it's replacing what we didn't think about. And I say we, what I didn't think about, you're probably looking at me like, hey, why didn't you set it up like this? This should just be a collect statement. So that way it's not clearing the information out first, it's just collecting it all so you see it in a much nicer fashion. So let's recollect all these names in here by clicking this one over here. So just randomly click some names here and we'll start to see a list being built. Check in date, check in date, check in. So as you can see, with the help of ChatGPT giving us 100 names and dates to work with, we can you can make an app to utilize for almost anything. And then from here, you know, you could do a multitude of things. It's anything to do with hotel check-in, registration, you could do within a Power App. So a lot of people out there pay web developers to make them a website when you could have a Power App on tablets or a kiosk or something where people are using, and just a much cheaper but yet super functional, and like this is the way things are headed. It's all Microsoft, part of the Microsoft platform. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video. We'll clear out the data and just trying to make a creative video and get you some ideas on stuff you can do, like hiding where data is coming from. I could have made a long rectangle and you could have clicked the Eiffel Tower, or you could make it just to a small square to where you had to click the V and then it calls in the data. So, so only you know where you're placing things. So, anyways, I hope you have a great rest of your day. And as always, I appreciate you watching my video. Thank you.